Okay, let's see if we are live. I think we should be live right now. And we seem to be live.
Okay, let me check.
Okay, while Noel is checking, I'll just go ahead and give a short rundown of what we're going to discuss today. So, um, in light of the current volatility of cryptocurrencies, a couple of criticisms have come up to this in the space. Previous ones that have been existing, current ones. So we just wanted to take this opportunity to discuss it today, give our opinion on it, and give you some information which could maybe help you for the upcoming weeks and months. So, Noel, maybe
Yes.
you have some introductory things to say before we get into the point.
I think you have said it all. And yeah, maybe just a little bit of French version. Donc, aujourd'hui, on aimerait un peu discuter des critiques, quoi, à l'encontre du Bitcoin ou des cryptos en général. Donc, c'est de ça qu'il s'agit aujourd'hui.
Yes, so let's jump into the first point, and this one is very fitting that cryptocurrencies are very volatile, so it's not a safe space to invest in. I personally see, yes, that is true, it's valid, but it's a young space. You gold, 1970, for example, was was extremely volatile before it stabilized, and cryptocurrencies are still in that young age where they are trying to establish themselves. There will be a couple of coins that will run out because there is no serious use case, or the development team just ran out of energy, and then there are going to be those that will establish themselves over the long run. So that's how I see it. I think it's something that's here to stay, but in its young age, in the infancy, some coins will not survive.
I'm definitely that point of view. The funny thing is really I can't really understand why people are so harsh on it. Although they are expert in this domain and they also know that there is always like a process of price finding. You
Yes.
know, we need a price for this stuff, and only then that we can see stability. But right now, the volatility is really like understandable.
Yeah.
And as you rightly said, when we try to look the charts of gold at the beginning, it's also the same thing. You know, we also had drops and every other thing, and even the common stock market. You have stocks having 60% per day and minus. So it's something. I mean, as long as the price is not yet really like set,
Yes.
is will always have this volatility.
Yes.
I think that's it.
But
So for me, I don't think it's really like a legit criticism. It's a fact, but it's understandable. So for me, it's not maybe an excuse to. I don't know in which perspective we are trying to like compare this criticism. Is it for someone who wants to like invest? If you are saying it's too volatile, then the volatility is actually is actually also good because
yes.
you can if it's an investment you want to make profit, and you can only make profit if the thing is like volatile. For someone who maybe wants to store value, you know, uh, although long term, uh, it has been proven that Bitcoin is steadily going up. You
Yes.
know, when we look for in a time frame, we can see a drop, and but if you look the long term, we'll see a curve that a chart that is going upward. So for me, both ways I think is it worth it. Yeah, I think sometimes we don't really stress it enough in our videos that this is just our points of view and it's for educational purpose. It's not as if we are expert or we are giving like financial advice for people.
Exactly, NFA, not financial advice, as they usually
Yeah,
say.
so you should do your
Yes,
own research. You are the master of your money, so you are the one
exactly.
who take the decision to buy or not to buy. But yeah, we are just trying to open eyes and um, give enough information as much as we can give. That's what we are doing.
Yes, I just wanted to bring up the Bitcoin chart, the all-time Bitcoin chart available from 2011 or so, just to buttress the point you made that long term it has still been in a positive. Look at the previous peak we had here and the current peak we have here. Yes, we are still at a dip, but netto, as a all in all, it's a positive. So as an investor, you're still going to be in positive if you want to store your value over a long period of time. In addition to the fact that people who are doing more short-term trading, day-to-day trading, or mid-term trading, the volatility is an advantage because you use it to try to find out with technical analysis when you can get into the market when the price is low, and using the same technical analysis to know when to sell as close as possible to the top. So the
Yeah,
volatility is an advantage, I think.
yeah, that's definitely in all point of view. So I can't really see this as a criticism or whatever.
Yeah. Let me switch back to our points, a list of points. So the next one is that it's not efficient as a form of payment. Um, what do you think about this?
Um, yeah. So the question is, with what are we comparing Bitcoin actually? Because we need like a scale to know with for instance, if I'm doing a transfer to someone with Bitcoin, it would take me like I don't know 30 minutes depending on the congestion sometime, but it won't take me one day.
Hmm.
But if I'm doing a transfer to someone, it would take one day. Just recently, that is now like taking really like one day. But before we were having 3 days. Just a
Yes.
normal transfer. It means we are here in in the same town in Germany. If I'm doing you a transfer, it would take 3 days for you to get that money. And since then, people are like saying it's not efficient. The efficiency
It would have been
if
faster if
we
you drove over to my house with the money and gave it to
and
me.
hand you the money. So that's like the first point. There is also like comparing with the Swift protocol.
Hmm.
So if I want to send money abroad, so out of Germany, that's even worse. That's like even worse than Bitcoin.
Hmm.
And so we need like to put some scales and compare. It's good and fine to say, okay, it's not efficient, but with when we are comparing with our current other stuff, I think is good enough. There is maybe a point here when we want to compare it like with direct payment, like
Hmm.
with Visa card, for example,
Yes.
that I'm
Yes.
going and scratch my card and yeah, then that's a point. That's a point, and I think it's like a temporary criticism because there are many solutions being built on Bitcoin, and maybe yeah, we are talking about Bitcoin, but crypto in general, we
Yes.
have solutions that are faster. You
Yes.
know
Yes.
that
Absolutely.
so for for me, it's a point, but I think with time, it wouldn't really make sense anymore.
Yes. I am of the same opinion. I would just like to add that eventually, Bitcoin itself will not be used for payment. Eventually, Bitcoin is developing in the direction of gold as a storage of wealth. and I don't think the Bitcoin source code is going to be changed to make it more efficient. I don't think eventually Bitcoin is going to do proof of stake or something of that sort. It may happen, but it probably will not, because that is what makes Bitcoin. But within the crypto space, all these other consensus algorithms that are being developed to make it much more efficient, faster, so that it will be better than the Visa card payment that we know, faster, better, and trustless as we and decentralized as we really want to achieve. I think we cannot really compare only Bitcoin. It's unfair to take the whole cryptocurrency space and reduce it to Bitcoin and then say it's not efficient as a payment methodology.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
The next one, Bitcoin is wasteful. I put this one is in the middle, but I think this is one of the most important points because it is what kicked off the whole discussion with Elon Musk and Tesla. It's a valid criticism, in my opinion. It's a very valid criticism. It's something that I have been thinking about quite a lot. I personally don't hold any Bitcoin, and this is one of the reasons why I don't. It's a very small reason. Bitcoin is large, and um, I find it difficult to fragmentalize Bitcoin to say, okay, I'm going to buy a fraction of Bitcoin, and then I can keep that track in my head. It's easier for me to say, okay, I've bought 20 ADA or I have 10 BNB because it's easier for me to calculate that in my head. But the energy consumption of Bitcoin played a big role in my mind in saying, I'm not really 100% with this because I am not a fan of the proof of work algorithm. I don't know about you.
Um, Me, I'm completely, proof of work is, I don't know if you have read about the trilemma in the crypto. So where we need decentralization,
Mm-hmm.
we need security, and we need efficiency.
Yes.
And so there is always like a trade-off in
Yes.
between all this type of thing. And proof of work is a mechanism, is a very good security mechanism for my opinion, because to like take over the system, you need a lot of resource, you need to invest a lot.
You need to have at least
So
51% of all
yeah, at
the
least
mining
51%
capacity.
of the
Yes.
hash rate to be able
Yeah.
to take over the system. And that's really a lot that you need to put into play, and which makes Bitcoin really, really, really secured,
Mm-hmm.
And as we previously said, if we are going in the direction of store value, we obviously need that. We need this security, because the worst thing that can happen for Bitcoin is to have just a rumor that, or even anything that will go with the security, because that's maybe we'll discuss about this later. But these are the fundamentals of Bitcoin. Without these things, it will I don't think it will really still have this power. So that being said, if we are saying Bitcoin is like gold, so now my question is, how much energy do we need, or how much resource do we need to transfer gold, to keep the gold and every other thing? Have we like tried to assess that? Because if we try to think about this energy, the resources, let me not really just focus on energy, but the amount of resources we waste just to protect gold and every other thing. I think we should be also seeing that Bitcoin is bringing an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the transportation with Bitcoin, we don't need, it's a digital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is we don't really need any transportation, and so and I saw an interview of a guy that is like, he was also a miner in China.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was saying is we can also see Bitcoin just as like store of energy, because he was like we sometimes use energy that would have not been used at that given point
Mm-hmm.
in Bitcoin, and we mine it and store this value
Yeah.
as so we create Bitcoin, which is a value that later on we can now use,
Mm-hmm. That's an
and
interesting perspective.
yeah, I was really like, that's a very good point. Maybe anytime when we would like to go deeper in this topic, maybe we'll try to find out those videos and comment on them, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But and there are also many things that have shown that, because yeah, we are not like arguing that Bitcoin is not leaving like carbon
Yeah.
footprint. It's not the discussion, but the what we are trying to discuss here is to compare with the alternative and see if they are doing really far more better than the way than Bitcoin. Is We don't really have like facts there here now that we could pin out, but
Yes.
for me, that are just some points, and I think with time, this will get better because many miners are like going to clean energy, to solar energy.
Yes.
And obviously, I think with time we will get better into this. It's a point in anything. We are all getting conscious about the damage you have been doing to our environment. It's the same criticism we have like for fuel cars and
Yes.
many other stuff. And yeah, so
Yes. To be very honest, people with a lot more experience in the field of energy, they have discussed this ad nauseum. Another interesting comparison that people make was when Tesla came out and said they are not going to be accepting Bitcoin because it uses a lot of dirty energy, if I can say it that way. The comparison people were making was, okay, you have made electric cars, but these electric cars have to be charged, and they use fossil fuels mostly to charge it. I mean, their source of energy is also not really clean energy. So it's as you rightly said, it's a trade-off. It is a valid criticism, absolutely. Another thing that we have to take into consideration is that the banking system is bigger than um, cryptocurrencies. It's far bigger than cryptocurrencies. So what we are comparing now of cryptocurrency is like a little child compared to an adult who has to take responsibility for a lot more things. I mean, the adult in this analogy is the banking system, and the child is Bitcoin. But the advantage that I see with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is that one is actively working on it. Either, for example, is going to come up with their testnet and mainnet, which is proof of stake and is decentralized. Maybe that's going to bring some innovation into the space, into the consensus algorithms.
yeah.
Yeah, I that information about the comparison between banks and Bitcoin energy consumption. I have seen charts to that effect, but I don't have it. I don't have it at hand now. Maybe we'll look for it and post it in the group, in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
And also as a link
as a
on this
link.
video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so. Um, yes. Well, actually, it's a tweet. I just searched very quickly. I saw a tweet, but I don't think we want to put just tweets here in our links. I think we want to link to much more serious news and
Yeah.
trustworthy
Yeah.
information. We'll post it in the description. Okay, use for illegal activities. This one is rubbish. This one, sorry for my total, but it's a little bit rubbish because show me a system that has not been used for illegal activity. Show me
So
one.
my own question is, Evan, is there a new illegal activity that has just occurred because of Bitcoin? I don't think so. Bitcoin is now used for the same things that has have been existing. It's not as if it's because of Bitcoin we now have new illegal activities,
Yeah.
you know, and it's really I don't just know. It's it's those type of things you in short it's true, but if you when you just want to look this narrow,
Yes.
it's true. It's used for illegal activities as well
But so
as
is everything
all other
else.
currencies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is
So it's not like proper to Bitcoin or crypto, you know.
yes.
Although the point some people are trying to bring up is with normal or with traditional means is a bit easier for them to track this, whereas with crypto it might be a bit difficult. But it's not true. It's not true. I mean, crypto is very open. You can track most transaction up to the point where a given account will somehow maybe catch go and catch up money or
Mm-hmm.
from an exchange to sell that stuff. I think it's somehow traceable. When if it's a problem, a very known problem that okay, it's not like because another thing is we are just bringing the part of illegal activities here, but we also know that sometimes we have this anonymity is also good because
Yes.
there are people that also need it sometime or people that has been forcefully been tracked because of their transactions.
Yes.
Sometimes our governments overuse their powers,
Yes.
to also because of I don't know many other things. So it's not just as if it's a bad thing. There is also a good side of it, and for me, it's not a legit criticism. It's something not proper to crypto.
Yes. As you rightly said, the blockchain is an open ledger. You can see from where each transaction went and to where it's from where each transaction came and to where it's going. Um, yes, but the interesting thing now is that people are so focused on criticism that they will look for any point that is going to be ranked negatively against the cryptocurrency space. But normal fiat currencies, real estate, I don't know, gold, whatever, it has been used for illegal activities the same way cryptocurrency is going to be used for illegal activities. As I said, it's in the human nature to try to trick the system. So people are going to try to use it that way. And I think since it's an open ledger, if if governments, if official bodies really put in the energy, they'll be able to find the people who are doing the illegal activity. So you cannot just use
Yeah,
that
yeah,
as a
for sure.
blanket
They
criticism.
have the power.
Yes.
We can't deny this. I think lastly we had something on Binance where they were working. I don't know is with which government where they were trying to track someone. I read something like that, and so for me it's not really like because the point is each criticism we are bringing we should try to know if we want to so like what's the goal behind this what's the point do we have alternative? Are the alternatives better than
Hmm.
what we have right now? We also have benefits. So if I have something that's bringing me 90% added value and just
Yes.
10%, I don't know, consequences, then sorry, but I don't care. I don't care for the 10%. You know, I will be focused on the 90%. Yeah, so that's
Yes.
that's
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Another interesting point is that it's not backed by anything. Um,
sorry.
The dollar is not backed by
Uh,
anything either.
yeah, so I don't think we really need
Yeah.
to
I don't,
to
what
dis-
is what backs franc CFA or XAF? I don't know
I
what
don't
backs
think
it.
there is no other currency that is backed by anything. We
Yes.
had currency before were backed by gold, you
Yes.
know, like things up to
19
71,
was it
1971,
1971 also, yes.
and the United States decided not, not to have this intrinsic, I don't know, intrinsic stuff. So they now created, they could now print dollars, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we see it every day in the news, dollar being printed, and it's really like funny. People, so when they are seeing this dollar being printed, what backed that dollar? How do they
They
explain
trust
then
in the government that the
inflation?
government is going to do the right thing.
You know, so it's really, this is just poor financial understanding that that can make this type of criticism finds its way. You
Yes.
know, but if we are looking, Bitcoin is far more. We have a video about this. Maybe we'll put it in the link
Yes, exactly.
where we were talking about. I think that's one of the first video talking about Bitcoin. You know,
Yes.
so um, because if we want to, I don't know if we have this point somewhere. So okay, so we don't have the point. So it's not back when we want to take a currency, right? We have stuff we should be looking at,
Yes.
attributes of a
Exactly.
currency. So we need measurability, so we should be able to measure with the currency,
Yes.
because if I have my money, I need to know that this money is worth two cows or a bag of salt, you know.
Yes.
So this fact must be there. We need trans um,
There was
those,
divisibility was one of them.
yeah.
That can be
Uh,
broken down.
we need durability, so it should be and limited supply. This is one of the best part of it. This is like one of the best part of it, that we can quickly see that our current money, so
Hmm.
euro being euro or dollar,
Yes.
is not backed by anything, because we have been printing and printing and printing, you know, and we don't have any we don't have any clue when they will stop this printing. So it's not even a currency, because when we talk about limited supply, we don't have any limit supply here, you know.
And
So if you technically, Bitcoin is far more better than any of them, just if we want to really focus on what currency is, you know.
hmm, yeah, that's interesting. But maybe they're going to do some dollar burning. They do burn the dollar, right? I think they burn the dollar.
It's just that these days, you know, when most often when they do this printing, it's just like some digits adding in your account and so it's, I don't know. For me, it's not legit.
Ah,
It's
okay.
not legit.
Give me a second, well,
Yeah.
if you may permit. Let's continue. So
Okay.
the next point is, mm,
So
it's often
often,
susceptible to fraud or hacking. I don't know why this point even came up. I'm actually a bit surprised that it came up because cryptocurrency is one of the main reasons why the thing is decentralized, is to minimize fraud. Decentralized and um, trustless is an open ledger. So you need a
Yeah,
lot of energy to you need a lot of resources to hack or fraud the system.
um, this is this is a point that if it's only like Bitcoin, you know,
Yeah.
then uh, I think Bitcoin so far, as I know, have not been hacked. You
Mm,
know, because sometimes people confuses an exchange being hacked with Bitcoin being hacked.
yes.
You know, an exchange can be hacked and there will still Bitcoins, but that's not Bitcoin being hacked,
Yeah.
you know. And this is, for me, this is the only thing that makes me believe in Bitcoin. The security. That's why I'm so I really I really like praise the proof of work, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's really is very good for Bitcoin, you know.
Yes.
And this point of hacking, there are some stuffs, you know, we have many of these Ethereum based DEX, this decentralized exchange
Yeah.
that has been, even Ethereum has been hacked before. If
Mm-hmm.
we want to go back to find the genesis of Ethereum Classic and Ethereum, is because Ethereum was hacked at a given point of time,
Mm-hmm.
and to reverse this hack, so they had to fork the chain, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so fork the chain in order to like the coins that were hacked were on another chain, and which is Ethereum Classic, and now you have just Ethereum that decided to revoke this hacking,
Okay.
you know. Yeah, so it's a point, but I think we also have banks that are being hacked, and we have many systems that are being hacked, have been hacked before. So this is also not really like just proper to crypto.
Okay. Um.
I don't know if you purposely deactivated your video, because like we can't see you
Yes.
anymore.
Yes. I did that. I did that for a short while because I live with people and they need things
Yeah,
from
so
me.
I think we have like almost touched all the points, right? There
Yes.
is just this part of a
A
bubble,
bubble
and
and
so yeah, the real
this one you
estate
cannot
is,
this,
yeah, the real estate is a bubble, and
everything is a
everything
bubble. Google is
everything that's booming is a
it's
bubble.
a
You
bubble.
know,
Yes.
at a given time it will burst, and we say everything that goes up must come down. So
Yes. The
it's
thing is,
yeah.
the thing about cryptocurrencies and that it not necessarily is a bubble is what is behind cryptocurrencies. The notion of the blockchain as a technology to solve different problems. I think that is obviously my own opinion. I think that is the most important thing that cryptocurrencies have brought up. Because initially Bitcoin started as a kind of payment, and then we came up and we thought, but what if we use the blockchain for, I don't know. What if we use the blockchain for decentralized exchanges instead of centralized exchanges? What if we use the blockchain for privacy? What if we use the blockchain to solve voting, to ensure that
Identity,
voting identity,
identity.
privacy? What if we use the blockchain to counteract counterfeiting? Because you cannot counterfeit the blockchain. You have to have 51% of that hash rate in proof of work to be able to
Yeah,
counterfeit. So
yeah,
it opened up solutions for so many other things that, in my opinion, cryptocurrencies are going to stay just based on the transformative technology that came along with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to come back maybe to the value of Bitcoin, I think the value, many other things, the value of anything it's not sometimes really just based on, is the price we as people are ready to pay for it.
Yes.
Is the acceptance, is the adoption. That's like the value. There is this concept. I've forgotten the word, but it's like when many people believe on something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it tends to be the truth, regardless
Mm-hmm.
if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But when many people, so if everyone is like saying, okay, red is now green, then at the given point we'll now start calling green red. It's just like that. It's like, okay, we want it to be like that. We have accepted, and as more people will come into this space, that's how the value will keep increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the value only increase because many people are coming and are ready to pay for that price.
Yes.
And if they are ready to pay for that price, it means that's how they value that thing. The value is not really sometime on when you look like so, a Picasso. I don't know what. For me, I, I don't want to offend those who love those type of art, but for me, I don't see any value in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if people accept it, that's where you get the value.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's also that same concept of luxury goods. That people have accepted the value of that luxury good because that is the value they are ready to pay for it. Yeah, I know the
Yeah,
concept you're talking about. I cannot also think of the name either, but you're absolutely right. If people are ready to pay 60,000 for Bitcoin, then that is the value of Bitcoin.
it's the value of big.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, quite quite interesting stuffs.
yeah,
So I don't know. My general point of view is there are many stuff that are true in this thing, but it's
yes.
not proper to crypto because my problem is let no let people don't confuse and say, okay, no, it's only crypto that is like it's not using clean energy. It's only crypto that is used for illegal activities. It's only crypto that is not backed by anything. It's not true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that we have in our traditional systems now, and so with crypto, the good thing with crypto is that it's still new and we still have a lot of room to improve.
Yes,
But when we want to compare with our traditional system, that yeah, they maybe
yes,
have nothing to offer.
yes.
So
It's the status quo that it has been here. It has not served us well. The central banking systems and that concentration of wealth and the control of central bodies on how financial transactions or whatever transactions should take place. That has not served us well till now. So I think with cryptocurrencies, it could be an opportunity to try something else, to do something else, and to have a system that is not controlled by one central body.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if you have any
power
other
power to the people.
power to the people exactly. I don't know if you have anything to add to these points, Noel.
No, I don't really. I think we went through. There are some details stuff, but I think these are the most
Yeah.
common that I've been hearing around.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't want to repeat myself. Some points are valid, but they are not proper to crypto. So
Yes.
that's what.
Yes.
And crypto is like tackling them far more better than the traditional system.
Yes. And in addition to that, also since it's a new space, there is a lot of opportunity for improvement.
Yeah,
And the improvement is also going to solve other problems which had not been solved quite well till now. So I think that's a plus for the crypto space.
yeah.
Yes. Anyways, I'm saying we are approaching the 40-minute mark. It's a perfect time to close the video. I don't know if you have any closing remarks, Noel.
No, I just say, guys, always do your own research, read about the stuffs, understand things, and I know it's most often confusing when you hear the news, and most often it's coming like for a highly ranked people, but that doesn't like give the power to that news. Facts are fact, do your
Yes.
own research and always try to have your own opinion on
Yes,
things.
I don't have anything to add to that. That's exactly what I would have said. So I'll just say thank you for watching the video, and subscribe to the channel for more information. We try to keep you as informed as possible, upload regular videos, and we also have a WhatsApp group where we exchange ideas. So if you're interested, let us know, and we'll give you access to all of these channels of communication. So I don't know. I have nothing else to add other than to say good night, Noel.
Au revoir.